Thank you all for joining to attend our FIBRAIN webinar, Powering the Future of Fiber Networks. Here to present, we have Mohan from FIBRAIN, their Area Sales Engineer and Regional Manager, as well as Michael, their VP, Director, Export Department, and representing Winncom Technologies is our Fiber Product Manager, Alex Cernick. If anyone has any questions throughout this presentation, feel free to add them into the chat and they will be addressed. Alex, you're up.
Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate the introduction, and thank you everyone for attending. Today we've got a fantastic presentation with FIBRAIN. FIBRAIN is our newest fiber manufacturer. Through this presentation, we'll provide a lot of information about depth and breadth. The title for this the presentation is Powering the Future of Fiber Networks, and again, my name is Alex Cernick, Fiber Product Manager and Bead Program Manager with Winncom. And again, we have Mohan here and Michael, who will talk through the FIBRAIN product portfolio. Now, before we begin, just to kind of state the roadmap of what to expect. So quickly, we'll talk about Winncom Fiber Solutions, what this looks like from a depth and breadth perspective, and how this can integrate into your BABA certifications. So if you are looking for BABA-based products, or you're applying to BEAD or RDOF or tribal connectivity or other vehicles, we have programs that we can certainly leverage to help you. FIBRAIN, I mentioned, is the newest within our portfolio, so we'll talk about their global manufacturing presence. We'll talk about their product portfolio. From a high level, we'll go through aerial cables, the air-blown cables, their burial and their hybrid portfolio, and their ability to customize optical cables, along with their ability to provide passive optical solutions. And then we'll conclude with a very unique product they have that works with both GPON and XGS-PON. It's their agnostic ONT solution. So before I hand this off to Michael at FIBRAIN, just want to take a moment to talk about, again, Winncom Fiber. For those of you who don't know, Winncom is going on 30 years as a global manufacturer. We pride ourselves on our ability to do two things: to make experience simple through our advanced engineering, which could be leveraged on fixed wireless and for fiber, and our depth and breadth and ability to provide complete eco-center solutions. As I mentioned, we also have an in-depth BEAD program. If you are thinking about BEAD, or if you've filled out an application for your corresponding state, we have a program with either grant writing, supply chain, or logistics that can make your journey simpler. For a just quick overview, I mentioned our depth and breadth of products, but our goal again is to provide that eco center. So as we'll talk about today, OSP fiber and some of the fiber adjacent accessories, I just wanted to take this opportunity to kind of go through the portfolio to highlight not only do we have the ability to supply best in breed products, but again, we have the ability to have bulk cable, fiber splicing and cleaning solutions, test and inspection, cable assemblies, and connectivity solutions. So without any further ado, I'm going to hand this over to Michael from FIBRAIN, where we'll talk more about their product portfolio. Michael?
Yeah, thank you so much, Alex, for a really nice introduction. Thank you for having us in here. I would like to start from presenting the product portfolio of FIBRAIN, Vario, Edge, and Halney. Those three companies belongs to the FIBRAIN group. So we are not a single entity. We are the group of the companies. All of them, they are located in Poland, in southeastern part of the Poland, close to Ukraine and Slovakia. My name is Michał Zięba, and I'm Chief Export Officer, Business Developer Director with 16 years of the experience in the industry. Together with me, there is Mohan Lokasvara, who will handle the second part of the presentation, and then we'll be very glad, hopefully, to answer your questions. So whenever you have any, just put them to the chat, and then we'll answer them during this Q&A session. As I mentioned already, FIBRAIN, it's not a single entity. They are the group of the companies, and we are not present only in the telecommunication sector. We are focused, of course, on the telecommunication sector, that this is the sector where we have the biggest presence, but also we try to expand to the different market sectors like roads, like industry, oil and gas, renewable energy, among a few others. We have in our group also the company which changed the property of the glass and also manufactures PV panels, EV chargers, and this kind of the stuff. Also to not to only enter the different market sectors, but to provide the comprehensive product portfolio. This is one of the factors which distinguish us among the other companies. We would like to be called also like the one-stop shop, but with the different factors which our distributors and the partners describe us as a flexible, innovative, added value manufacturer. So going further to that, certainly starting in 1993 as a 2 employees company only, by now we have become 1,100 employees with the 700 people employed in FIBRAIN only. So the whole group is 1,100 employees. Company was established in 1993, and throughout this period of the time, we have rapidly grown by the employee numbers and also the markets on which we have sold our products, as well as built the credibility statement through the different customers. And we became we started from flexibility, and we remain flexible by today, understanding that 80 markets on which we have a presence recently, they require different actions. They require different products, different systems, and the solution which we can offer. So what we are selling to and providing to Saudi Arabia, for instance, Sweden, it's not necessarily the same products which we have for the US market, and opposite way around. So flexibility is one of the key factors. Another one is innovative innovation. This is something which definitely we are emphasizing quite a lot, because we are not following only the trends in the market. We are creating them as well by providing the different products and the systems, and not just pushing the boxes to the market, but giving the unique selling proposition and the added value products. By the added value, we understand that we cannot just push the box to the market. We need to provide also a lot of the different assets, like installation guides, tutorials, and kind of the different service. By Vario Edge company, which is in the middle, we have the 40 engineers in this very moment who are providing the service to the products manufactured by the FIBRAIN. The service is the design, is the network optimization, it's the audits as well for the extended warranty period, because for the standard products we manufacture, there's a 2 years warranty time. But whenever purchasing from us the complete product portfolio from which any network can be built, we are able to expand this warranty period. Depending, of course, on the network, it is 5 years time, 10 years time, or with the structural cabling system, 25 years. And those guys, I mean the engineers, they can optimize the network, they can design the network for you from our products, of course, and they can teach you how to blow the cable, how to splice the cable, how to strip the cable, how to act with our products to keep them alive as long as possible. And finally, the HALNE, which is on the right-hand side, this is, let's say, the latest baby of ours. It was born in 2018, but the whole experience with the active devices we have since 2008. And on the beginning, we were like the distributor of one of the brands for the OLTs and the ONTs, but our engineers who are providing also the support for those products, they saw the niche, which is the interoperability. and we have recently IOP for 14 different OLT brands from our ONTs and the CPs. That part will be covered by my colleague Mohan. So I will just go to the next slide. Oh yeah. This is the slide I like very, very much because it shows the comprehensive product portfolio that we have. And from our products, any type of the network can be built, meaning indoor and outdoor. From the outdoor could be aerial, could be directable, could be also a micro duct network. As you can see, all of those products, I mean the passive one, we do manufacture in Poland. So this is one of the key assets of FIBRAIN because we can provide a comprehensive product portfolio. Today we'll focus the most about the fiber, which we draw ourselves, and the cables and the active devices as the key elements of each network, but certainly we'll try to mention also the another group of the products, but having the limitation with the time, we will not be able to present all of them in the details. But whenever you will have a question about any of the remaining products which we will not show today, just put them to the chat, and during the Q&A session, we will definitely try to answer. Next slide, please. Okay. Yeah, fiber. Everything starts from the fiber, right? Every network is about the fiber. So the strategy of the company, the strategy of FIBRAIN was always became independent. I mean the independent in the way also to have all of the raw materials from which we can manufacture our products. And as you can see right now, we are manufacturing G652D fiber, G657A1 and A2. All of them, they are from the single mode family of the fibers. So this is the fiber with the biggest demand, and this is the fiber which we manufacture in two different outer diameter, 200 and 250. Recently, our tower has 4 separate production lines where we draw those fiber, and the height of the tower is 30 meters, and we are able to draw from each preform 350 kilometers of the fiber with the speed 3,000 meters per minute. But the biggest asset of having the tower is the fact that we do manufacture them from our own preform. So this is like the multi-phase process. The first one is the preform, which is core and cladding manufacturing. The second one is the fiber drawing. And the third one, which is also quite important, is the past draw, proof testing, coloring, and the quality control. So in any case you would like to have the different color coding for the fiber or the different outer diameter of the cable with the different diameter of the fiber, we can definitely fulfill that. Next slide, please. I'm not able to control the slides, sorry. Oh, thank you. So as I mentioned, we are the Polish independent company. We are a fully family-owned company, and with the total area of the floor plan where we manufacture of 38,000 square meters, 4 different locations, 4 different facilities in the same location, southeastern part of the Poland in Podkarpackie district. What is very important here is the fact that we have the laboratories which are connected to every of the manufacturing places. So meaning that all the products which we manufacture, they are being tested. And that provides us as a salespeople very good night's sleep. Before we launch any product, even like a customized version for the product we already have in the portfolio, it has to go through the different tests. It's like full validation process. For example, for the cables, every customization requires this kind of the process. So remaining flexible, we have to fulfill the quality controls, very strict quality control processes. And also for the different products which we have, connectivity, distribution, closures, cabinets, all of them, they have their own laboratories. As you can see, there are the names Jasionka, Zaczernie 1, Zaczernie 2, and Głogów Malopolski. In every of those 4 facilities, we have a different plants of manufacturing. Next slide, please. The one I have mentioned already is the fiber tower where we draw the fiber. The key thing here is that we can commit, and that boosts our sales very much. Because of 2016 shortage which have came to the market, we haven't been able to use our cable plant capabilities fully. So unfortunately, that was the only one in our history drop of the sales. And in 2016, our management decided they wanted to have their own tower. And by having the experience already from the small tower for the different purposes, we decided to go for the mass market production of the single mode fiber. And that gives us the possibility to commit. So even for the very high and big quantities, we can commit, we can sign the contracts to provide very big numbers of the cables with our own fiber, which is 2.5 million miles per the year of the fiber. It's almost fully consumed by our own cable plant. And recently we are selling the fiber also to the 3 different locations worldwide, but still we have a possibility to expand it to another 4 production lines, which will double the capacity of the production, but we are just waiting for the market demand. The second one, it's Jasionka. This is the plant where we manufacture fiber optic cables. Recently, we have over the 14 different production lines with 2,000 different cable types. As I mentioned, we are present recently in 80 markets. So every market, they have their own different construction, different environment of installation and the deployment. So we need to follow the market standards. Certainly, there are some similarities between the markets, like in Europe or the Middle East or US. But still we wanted to fulfill every customer demands and the technical requirements. So when we calculated those cable types, we were astonished ourselves, but this is reality. And we have the cables which can be installed as the indoor cables with different type of the jacketing material, LSOH. We are going to have also riser cables very soon in the Q1 next year for the US and Canadian market. For the outer diameter, for the outdoor cables, we have recently HDPE and the PE and MDPE construction of the cables. All of them, they are with the UV resistant parameter. And the total capability of this plant is 62,000 miles a year. We are fully responsible for every stage of the production, from implementing and coloring the fiber to the final quality control. Every raw material from which we manufacture is being checked as an input control. We have our own cable designers. So that's why they are giving us possibility to redesign cables, to customize the cable, or to design from scratch. Next slide, please. Thank you. The third one, this is the connectivity and distribution plant, where we manufacture the different type of the cables with the connectors, peak times, patch codes, nano patch codes, and very nice products with connectors, which helps us to install the network faster. So there's a lot of the requirements recently from the market, as we can see, for the fully connectorized solution. That's why we can certainly supply them by having the fiber, the cables, and also the connectivity plant where we terminate the cables. All of the different type of the connectors, starting NPO, NTP, LCAC, ST, FC, angled, and standard physical connection, as well as all the different type of the metal and the plastic products for the distribution, like the closures, cabinets, ODFs. We have our own plastic injection molding center. So also in here, we are fully independent. This is one of the biggest assembly house in Europe, where we can terminate by 4 million connectors a year. And over here as well, we have the climatic chamber, for instance, in our quality control. Every of the step of the production is being tracked by the traceability system, starting from cutting the fiber to the gluing of the connectors, polishing, and final product. Next slide, please. We put a lot of the attention to the quality. From the sales point of view, sometimes we argue very much with our designers of the cables, of the products of the quality control department, because we wanted to sell as much as possible, but we are very happy that we have them, and we follow all of those different standards from the quality point of view, as having the different certificates. We are also approved by NATO, by SAM. So recently we provide our products to US Army, for instance, from the military industry. We are very, very much open for any kind of the quality control test by the third-party laboratories. We have been tested by many of them. This is just few. Certainly, any of the products can be also tested in our laboratory. We have the state-of-the-art equipment where we test each and every fiber in each cable we manufacture is tested, and then we can provide the test reports. We always attach them to the bobbins, to the drums, and also there's possibility to read them by the QR code and download them yourself. And also we are very, very happy whenever any of the customers that are coming to visit us in our facilities to see the way we manufacture and to make the factory acceptance test or the product acceptance test. So if you will have this kind of needs, do not hesitate to come to Poland together with a Winncom crew. We'll welcome you there, and you will see the way we manufacture. Next slide, please. We have selected some of the products which, in our opinion, could be like the most important and the most demanding for the US market. From every group, Ariel, Micro, and the Reduct. It's divided by the categories from the left-hand side as a distribution, as a backbone cable, distribution cable, and to the right-hand side, the cable, which is a last mile connection cable. As the Ariel cable types, the most popular, what we are recently having in the portfolio, it's the multi-tube construction cable with aramidians as a reinforcements, with the central strength member to keep the cable strong, and PVC tubes which can hold up to 24 fiber per tube. We always have like the double ripcord in every of the cable construction, and definitely this cable can be done for the different NSC parameters. For instance, for the NSC heavy, which is partially covered by the US area, by the US territory, up to 1,280 feet between the poles. So whenever you have any kind of the interest about the aerial installation, you can provide us with the details about distance between the poles, and we will provide you the most matching cables for this network, having in mind the NSC parameters. The second one, which is in the middle, this is the cable with the easy section model, called also as a soft tube or the dry tubes. So there is no gel over there, which helps very much to speed up the installation, to splice the cable much faster, and to strip the cable much faster, up to 1.4 meter of strippability by the nail. So there is no tools needed to access the fiber and to make, for instance, mid-span access. The cable construction itself is a bit different because the FRP rods, they are incorporated to the jacket and not as they are already on the left-hand side with the central strength member, but we can achieve kind of the similar installation method and the span between the poles as on the left-hand side cable. But the unique selling proposition of that is the price, which is better, as well as faster installation. But not many markets recently are keen to use them because it's kind of the new technology cable. And the third one on the right-hand side, this is the cable which is very popular in US. I believe that all of you you are using that. This is like the tunable construction with the tuning conductor on the left-hand side, as you can see, which is used for the detection. And we have that in the flat version, which is the double jacket cable. What we can provide in here also, it's not only the cable, but the cable with the connectors, the different type of the connectors, so and the different length. Certainly it's packed differently as a coil or sometimes on the carton boxes, up to you. So whenever you have any inquiries about that, please hit Winncom, and then we'll give you a quote together. Next slide, please. This is the family of the products which we put a huge attention to. It's the blown fiber. And besides testing only optical parameters and the mechanical parameters, we test also the blowing performance here. Starting from the left, this is the standard micro cable construction, which is the PBT tube as well, different outer diameter from 1.2 to 1.6, and having different outer diameter as the cable in general. Later on, maximum fiber count per this cable construction is 864 fiber in 3 layers. And certainly, to respond to the market needs of squeezing the outer diameter with maximum fiber count, we have also this construction with 200 micro fiber. For instance, one of the best seller, it's 288 fiber in 7.9 millimeter outer diameter. The middle one, soft tube design, again, the same situation, which you have seen in the previous slide, but with the easy section model. So also to speed up the installation, I mean the stripping and later on splicing. Also, this cable has a much better kink, anti-kink effect because of the modules, bit smaller blowing performance. So there is always pros and cons, but we can put maximum 12 optical fiber per the AC section model in here. And the last one on the right hand side is the cable, which we have in the different outer diameter version: 1.1, 1.6, and 2.5, up to 24 fiber in 2.5 millimeter with 200 microfiber. This is mostly for the last mile connection, and this cable design can be done with connectors as well. So we are one of few companies who can provide 1.1 millimeter cable with a connector which can be blown together. Next slide, please. And the last group of the product is the direct-to-boot one and the hybrid cables. This is the product from which we have started our journey in US. We saw a lot of the customers with this demand, with this needs. And the first container which we have shipped to US, that was with the left-hand side cable and the middle one. Left-hand side, we have customized from the construction which we are selling to the European market, but we just added the copper wire, which one of the ISP require for the detection. The cable is very nice, almost 6 millimeter by the 24 fiber. It can be directly boot. One of the biggest assets of the cable is 3.5 kilonewton tensile load, crash, sorry. And there is also the copper wire incorporated for the detection, as I said. The one in the middle, it can be done with the different version, but what you can see here is the multi-tube construction PBT with the gel inside, 24 per the tube, fiber, double jacket, where we have the corrugated steel type in the middle to keep the cable very, very strong for the extreme rodent protection. It also exists as a single jacket, so there is only outer jacket and the corrugated steel type. And also, whenever we need kind of smaller outer diameter, it is unitube by 24 fiber per the cable. And the last one on the right hand side is the hybrid cable. We have a lot of the different combination of that, where we can place over the fiber optic and the power with the different combination of the copper coils isolated with the different outer diameter, which is needed to power up, for instance, the cameras for the CCTV or the different active devices, where we need also have the fiber connection, and not to lead two cables separately, but under one outer jacket. Next slide, please. Thank you. So this is the last slide on which I will elaborate a little bit, emphasizing the unique selling proposition which we have for the fiber optic cables. Again, I would like to emphasize our fiber tower which we have, which makes us special, unique, and independent, making you comfortable about any type of the deliveries to which we can commit monthly, quarterly, yearly basis, and we are not relying from anyone. We can change every kind of cable design according to market needs, as well as installation method, as well as the area of the deployment. And certainly the fiber color coding can be done according to your needs, as well as dedicated marking, which makes the cable according to your needs fully. Every type of the cable is provided with the test report according to your needs. It can be as a paper version, as a QR code, as well as you can witness the way we manufacture and the way we quality control the cables, which can be ordered by you. Mohan, floor is yours, I believe.
Hi, yeah, thank you, Michael. Thanks, Alex, for the introduction. My name is Mohan. I'm the regional manager for FIBRAIN. I'm responsible for the North American market as well as West Asia. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about application-based system, which is easy access cable system, which is basically a complete fiber solution for a multi-story building. Now, if you take a look at the diagram, it starts from the main distribution cable. And here you could see there are several methods of installation that can be used prior entering to the building. So it could be a duct installation or a micro duct installation, air-blown installation, as well as an aerial installation, which then comes in to the distribution cabinet located in the bottom of the building. Then we go forward is basically about the design of our easy access cable. This is a design cable which allows you to basically strip a hole in the outer sheet without needing to connect to any branching points. And this method actually permits removing a fiber optical module at a distance of 80 feet. And it is actually a similar module which has been shown previously on the slides of easy section module. And we have the capacity to produce such modules on 2 fiber strands per module up to 12 fiber strands per module. And the unique thing of this cable is that it can be vertically installed. So as I mentioned, it up to 12 fiber section per module. So that gives you a maximum capacity of 144 fiber to be cable. So based on the installation method, there are several ways to use this application. So this system is actually designed with special tools and equipment, and there is also a possibility for you to order it as a pre-connectorized solution, which allows you to quickly install the network. One of them, as you can see, is that you could actually splice the main distribution cable at the bottom of the floor to the distribution cabinet, and then with the optical splitter, you are able to then go up to the first floor of the building. And in this part, you are able to also splice in this distribution small box. And that has the capability here to splice, as well as including adapters such as SC or LC. And this distribution wall box, you are able to actually edit as shown in this diagram. So as more requirement is needed, you are able to mount it next to each other, depending on the number of houses or flats per floor. Following, and you are able to basically then splice the drop cable and then pull it through to the customer premises out to the outlet. The other way is also you could do is basically by pre-connectorizing our easy access cable. And in this way, you are actually doing a single splice here and connecting in the distribution cabinet. And from there, you are connecting the connectors, which is connected both ends. And you are able to go up to the building and you are able to add adapters basically on the distribution wall box where you actually able to connect it directly. So there is no splicing on floors. On each floors, just pre-connectorizing solution. And from there, you're able to also use a pre-connected drop cable, which we do pre-connectorize as well on both ends, that you are able to directly plug in those cables to the customer's outlet. Another method as well is that you also could splice the cable into the distribution wall box. On one side, pre-connectorized drop cable, you are able to actually connect it via the fiber tray, which we have it, which is dedicatedly built for our active equipment. As I said, we provide this complete solution up to the customer premises. One of the factors why we have done this fiber tray is basically there are many investors who actually who own the whole network, and they would like to actually provide internet services. And in this way, they are actually pre-installing such tray that makes operators to basically provide devices produced by FIBRAIN from the customer premises equipment. So this is one of the way also we strategize on targeting the market as well. And the advantages of this system is basically it's fast and flexible method. So it's basically we are able to actually optimize the whole workforce and cost of installation time. And the flexibility of this system is that we are able to mix and match according to your needs, according to the investor's needs. So it comes with the support team which actually designs this whole system. So it doesn't mean that you have to follow this particular method, but with the design and your requirements and your floor plan, we are able to actually customize the whole design and how we'd like to actually place the distribution cabinet, where you should place the cable reserve frame. So it all depends on the floor plan, which we are able to design and then do the engineering side of it, and basically provide you with the list of materials and the total cost of savings which you have with the solution. Next slide, please, Alex. And yeah, passive optical solution, as we mentioned earlier, we do produce our own optical splitters in our own clean room condition in our facility in Poland, which goes under robust testing up to -70 degrees Celsius. We have our own climatic chamber where we do our testing and to ensure that these splitters are able to work in harsh environment as well. The other thing I would like to mention here is that we do comply here in the BA policy. We are waived in this product category. Also, we do have some special products like single mode multi-port passive converters. These are not active equipment. However, it's a passive product where you are connected, so connecting single mode and multi-mode transmission, provided the end devices active equipments are under the single mode transmission. We do also do CWDM and DWDM multiplexes filters. This can be done in different configurations, so it can be customized according to the needs of the customers, types of wavelength which is required, different types of housing in the version of patch panels or ABS housing or in a LGX housing. So we are able to actually customize such product in different housing, as we have our own plastic injection molding center and a metal CNCs, which we are able to customize this according to your needs. And can we go up to the next slide, Alex? Aldi Networks, yeah, as Michael mentioned on the previous beginning of the presentation, Aldi Networks is part of the FIBRAIN group. And yes, indeed, it was born in 2018 but the experience is almost 15 years of experience, where we have our own engineering department, and which is located here in Poland, and we have been serving GPON technology since 2012, and we have since 2018, when Halni was established, we have already been working with over 625 regional internet service providers and cable operators across the globe, where almost over 1 million ONTs are deployed. The next slide, please. So Harley Networks, how actually we came up with this is basically most of our customers basically would request us to provide a complete comprehensive solution, which means passive as well as active, as we showed previously in our presentation slide. Now, initially we were actually collaborating with a vendor, and we were just resupplying and providing technical support with our engineering team. So we were the main support center to whom we collaborate with. And what happened is that basically in the initial stage of GPON technology, primarily it was accessible to tier 1 and incumbent operators. And with their significant power of procurement, they could influence the OLT vendors to adhere to standards and actually clear hidden barriers in GPON. This limitation basically was due to the vendor locking limitation, that is third-party licensing, where there was a limited usage of third-party ONTs. And this actually resulted in operators becoming vendor dependent. And for example, there is also not only that the OLT can block. We look about GPON when it started in 2010. The purchasing of entire GPON solution was basically ONT and OLT from the same vendor, vendor A. ONTs do not have interoperability with other OLT vendors. And back in, then you take 5 years further, the manufacturer of the OLT is actually announcing there is end of sales to the OLT models. And if you go in a couple of years, what happened is that the OLT has been damaged, and basically there is no, OLT is not able to be used in production anymore, and they have to basically switch to the new OLT. But what happens here is basically the ONTs which are deployed in customers' subscribers are no longer compatible with the brand new OLT. So there was an issue with also backward compatibility. So to regain this access, regain the control over the CapEx and OpEx, many regional operators had been struggling with their network because of the third-party limitation policy. And due to their weaker purchasing procurement power, they are not able to influence OLT vendors to adhere to overcome this hidden third-party barrier. And this resulted them to become vendor dependent, and that made them actually turn to us, Harley Networks, for the development of interoperability and secure ONTs. What is the uniqueness of Harley Networks is our interoperability, which is our proprietary system called adaptive OMCI stack technology. This is based that what it does is that the ONTs automatically sense and adapts to the OLT protocol, providing brought out of the box without any needing of software upgrade. And what it means, this means that the ONT has the capability to identify the type of OLTs it is connected to and automatically configure its management entity to be compatible with the OLT. As a result, the ONT can adapt to work with OLTs from different vendors and without requiring any software updates. This actually enhances and simplifies the integration with new OLT equipment. As you can see in the diagram, many internet service providers do not use single vendor in their network. They always would like to have dual vendors. This is for security purposes. So if you can see, there is two, in example, OLTA, OLTB, and you'd say that example Nokia. And if something goes wrong on the network, you have to deploy or engineer to actually replace the ONTs at the customer premises. The engineers have to actually identify to which network OLT actually it is connected to make sure that it works. In our case, to simplify the explanation, but it's a plug and play solution. The software is able to adapt both any up to, as I mentioned, up to 12 vendors right now, and you are just sending an engineer, or you are able to just dispatch by mail to the customer a new ONT that they could connect it by themselves, and everything should work accordingly. What does interoperability mean for us as well is that the operators should be able to also control the ONTs as how they are controlling their current vendors in their network. So this means our ONTs should have the capability to also be integrated in their network management. In example, we have Altiplano, right? Our ONTs, you are able to control it with Altiplano network management system. At the same as also Calix, you're able to upgrade the ONTs using Calix OLTs, and it should work as the same way as how a Calix ONT works. So this is how we look at interoperability. It's not just meaning that it is interoperable with multiple vendors, but it should actually work as how the same version as how the original vendors are using in their network. So this gives us the up chance to become not the main supplier, or this, we are always looked as the second supplier if there is anything goes down. But this gives us this is our uniqueness. Now, the technical support is basically we provide it free of charge, so there is no special SLA. So the supports are already incorporated with the prices which you are purchasing, and basically we are providing support as best effort. New firmware version is free of charge, so there is no licensing needed. Everybody who's our clients, they are able to access the new software versions. Having said that, we have the capability to customize this software. So this means if you have different provisioning methods, you would like to use ACS server to all of these, we are able to actually customize the software according to your needs. And in case you do have any requests, feature requests, we do take that into consideration. We do adapt it to our software. And this gives not only the single customer gets this benefit, but all of our customers would have access to this new feature, which was actually also requested by another customers. So we basically have a one single software which is globally can be used. We are quite open. We have our knowledge based on Halni website, where you're able to actually read and how to configure the ONTs with multiple different OLT vendors. How would you like to provision? All of these instructions are provided there, very open. Help desk ticketing system, which we are providing to all of our clients. Here they have the datasheet, instruction, trainings, firmware management system. And we do critical supports as well via AnyDesk, Skype, or Teams support. And also for proof of concept integration, we do also have such a possibility. And from the other hand, it's that if you do not find any ONTs that are not on our portfolio, please do let us know your hardware requirements, and we are able to basically customize the hardware and as well as the software according to your needs and your environment. And so this is pretty much I would like to mention here.
Excellent. Mohan, thank you so much. That was a very in-depth overview and quite honestly, a very unique product. The fact that it's agnostic, it can work in those multi-OLT environments, I think that makes it a true game changer. I know we're running out of time. I want to quickly bring up, it's a nice call to action we put together here. So first of which, thank you very much to Michael and Mohan for putting together this presentation. I think it provided a excellent overview of really the depth of what they're putting together. And just to reiterate, FIBRAIN's a global manufacturer. It's manufactured in Poland. The reason we brought this on here at Winncom is really two reasons. One is their ability to customize and their ability through their R&D and global presence to put together a really high quality product. And that's evident on the OSP product series and on the Halony product. The other aspect of that is their ability to compete regarding pricing. It kind of gives us the best of both worlds, where you have high quality and at a very competitive price. So to that regard, there is a holiday incentive. So any sale for FIBRAIN, be it cable or the active component, we're offering an additional 5% off, and that's again through the month of December. So if you're attending this call and you have an opportunity for an ONT that could be agnostic and you're interested in what that could look like, or if you've got a fiber project, again, this gives us the ability to provide you with some really compelling pricing with a high quality product. So I do encourage you to reach out. Contact information is listed here. You'll get a copy of this presentation. So fiber@winncom.com, or you can book time directly onto my calendar for more of an in-depth one-on-one qualification. But together, Winncom and FIBRAIN are here to simplify the experience and to provide you with high quality, competitively cost products across that entire product ecosystem. I'll open this up if we've got any questions. Dawn, did anything come through?
I have 3 questions here.
Okay.
The first one, what makes FIBRAIN's fiber optic solutions unique compared to competitors on the market, and how do they address the challenges of modern network infrastructures?
It's a good question. Michael or Mohan, would you prefer to take that?
Yes, for sure. Well, can you please repeat the question once again to understand it properly?
Sure. What makes FIBRAIN's fiber optic solutions unique compared to competitors in the market, and how do they address the challenges of modern network infrastructures?
All right, thank you so much. Right now I have a clear picture about the question. Yeah, indeed, as we already said a couple of the times, there's a lot of the unique selling proposition which we can offer, and certainly we don't like to be compared to the competitors very much, but without them, it's quite difficult to exist and to improve all the time. So we are very happy that we have them. Because they are pushing us to the limits, or they are pushing us to optimize our product portfolio and to make it better for the customers. What makes us special, I would say that besides the comprehensive product portfolio, is the fact that we are not like a price-oriented manufacturer. We are not squeezing the outer diameter of the cables or the raw materials from which we manufacture, but we are always trying to provide the proposition. For instance, the blowing performance of the cables from the ABF selection which definitely, whenever you will go to this TCO perspective, total cost of the ownership, which certainly our price offer, as Alex already said, is very, very nice. But we are not the cheapest in the market, certainly, but still very competitive. And with the time for the installation, definitely we are able to beat almost everyone. I believe so, and there is a lot of the history which we have, a lot of the examples in the market. There was one last year which we won. We haven't been the cheapest as a product, but due to the fact that our cable have been was able to be blown by the 4 kilometers distance. I'm saying that in the kilometers because it was in Belgium, Europe. The investor have selected us because they knew that with our cables they can install 20% more cables with the same installation. So that makes us special.
Wonderful. I have another question here. Is there any chance to be able to get NFR devices for testing and demo to do proof of concept?
Yes, certainly. It can be done via Winncom. So please shoot a requirement to Alex, and I will try able to supply you for this testing.
Wonderful.
And again, use that FIBRAIN mail stop, and we'll get back to you with that answer and the details.
Another question here, how does FIBRAIN ensure the quality and reliability of its fiber optic products during the manufacturing process, and what certifications or standards does the company adhere to?
Yeah, so basically, as we presented, so we follow all the ISO standards. We pay due attention also during the manufacturing process as well. So the raw materials, we do have our own indoor quality control department, which they basically have all required equipment to test raw materials. So our raw materials are being tested before we approve any suppliers. All of our suppliers are from European origin, so we are still testing each raw materials which are provided, each batch which are provided before it goes into production. We do have our also interoperative control, where while production of cables, fiber optic cables goes along, and if something comes up along the way during the production, we are able to actually detect that and stop the process before it goes further. Final product control as well. And what is more is that we have internal and external audits. There are many factory acceptance tests which are done by internet service providers, where they are visiting our factory and going through a whole production line and systems to approve us as a vendor, and also sometimes system integrators as well. So yeah.
I would just add that the fact that from the reliability point of view and the sustainability, we are always trying to make our products from the top quality raw materials, as well as we are paying huge attention to the packaging methods. Recently, we have been involved to a lot of the different RFQs, RFPs, and the tenders where the packaging method was described from the 100% recycled materials, and this is what we are using in FIBRAIN as well. So we can help you not to install our products faster, but to keep them also according to the sustainability goals of each company.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
I do actually have one more quick question, if you would like. How does Halny, Halny, conduct integration with multiple vendors?
That's a nice question. We have our own R&D department, which is in-house, where they work on the integration of vendors. So we do have our own laboratory where we have different OLT vendors in our lab, where we work on interoperability, where the reverse engineering job and takes place, this will ensure us to make our device compatible with multiple vendors. We have a automated system for testing multiple software versions. So this gives us the possibility to reproduce different service scenarios. So we could do a reproduction of service scenario which customers actually raise, or during the proof of concept, we are able to reproduce the same environment which happens in the internet service providers network. We are able to reproduce it in our own laboratory. So that's our advantage we have with almost 60 R&D guys and about 120 support guys in our department. So this is our, and it's expanding, I would say. So yeah.
Perfect, and that was an excellent question. So I know we're running a little bit over. Special thanks to Mohan and for Michael for putting together this presentation. And then for you, the audience, again, I'll say if you have any opportunities on either the passive or active side, we do have a fantastic promotion lasting through the duration of December, and we'd love to sit down and really understand how we can assist you. So thank you everyone very much for your time, and we look forward to talking to you.
Thank you, Alex, and thank you, Winncom, for this presentation.
Thank you for having us. Thank you so much, Winncom.